still has control over that, Howie. They haven't sold off their stock.
They have sold off much of their stock. Yes, they have. We're making a profit. We're making a profit over the bailing out of the banks. We just made $12 zillion the other day.
The only way they're making a profit is because what has happened is General Motors and Chrysler have gotten a tax write-off of $45 billion. But not only that, they haven't paid back their loans. They have been using the TARP loans to pay back the loans that they got. So, I mean, they're taking a loan. It's like paying a credit card with a credit card. So this whole situation with the attack on the internet, they want to shut it down because
they're never going to be. They can't. It's an international thing. They can't shut it down.
Well, let's put it this way. You know, Google is an American company, and it has conspired with China because China threatened to shut Google down in China if it didn't.
Google compromised with China.
Yeah, and they shut down any political dissent that would appear on any Chinese computers because they just decided we're not going to allow it to happen.
Yeah, well, there's free speech, but then there's free speech within limits.
Yeah, but you know the thing is you know we're continually, you know, the internet is like a mishmash and a big mess, really, if you think about it.
Well, but I'm going to back up for one second here.
Yeah.
The concept of free speech is not true. Free speech in this country was only meant for you to have the right to criticize the government. And oddly enough, the true value and meaning of free speech is angering the government, and they're trying to take it away from you. I mean, you don't really have free speech to complain about the burger place down the street. There's no free speech there. You have the right to free speech to criticize the government, and the government's trying to regulate you.
Oh, absolutely. They don't want... See, here's the thing. The people are beginning to realize, you know, they're doing it in Europe. You know, like these riots. We're hearing about these riots.
Tuition riots and more, yes.
Yeah. You know, it's not what we're being told. We are the most heavily propagandized country on earth, the United States.
I seem to like it.
Information in this country than you can ever imagine.
Yeah, I still seem to like it.
People are rioting over in Europe. They're not rioting like the college kids are not rioting. It's a lot of people are rioting because here's the thing. They have realized that their government has sold them out by giving in to these bankers. They're paying these bankers billions of dollars because the bankers lost all their money.
Okay, my friend. Thank you very kindly for a nice call. WIR 1133 and a half. Are you there? 16 degrees. That's about as high as we're going. Are you there, please?
Howie, how are you doing?
Fine, thank you. And a nice, snowy, blustery day.
Yeah, I just wanted to give you a snow report here in Hudson. It's snowing so hard that it's white out, and the roads are really, really slippery and terrible.
How's Route 91?
I came up here to work at 8 o'clock, I had to be at work at 8 o'clock. It took me almost an hour and 25 minutes. It's still moving really slow and icy.
On 91?
Yeah, we haven't seen any salt trucks go by since 9 o'clock.
Really?
No.
Well, I would suggest since the #1 thoroughfare is 91, they ought to work on that.
That's what I was going to say. If they're listening, get out there and do it. I looked at the radar. It looks like it might be moving out.
You're talking about the sum of the lake effect. And I'm not going to excite anybody. I'm not making no predictions. The lake effect comes down north to south across the lake. You're suggesting that it's sort of like coming from the west more, it's bending a little bit?
It looks like it, because down in Akron, it was watching the radar down in Akron, it was all in Akron. Now it looks like it's going up north again.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping...
Well, if you're standing in downtown Cleveland, you're getting virtually no snow at all.
Right, and then in Hudson, they're getting it all.
That's right. Right along Route 91 from Hudson to Solon, that's the bullet place. Why is that? Did somebody draw with a magic marker in the sky or something?
I guess so.
Why do we always get picked on from Hudson to Solon, right along Route 91? I'd like to officially protest that I've had my fair share.
True. Hey, real quickly, I wanted to say what the internet's going to start charging us.
This is possibly.
That means the people that sit on Facebook all day and pay their farm bills and whatever they have on their getting charged up to what too.
Yes, all of you people that sit there on your Facebook and play games, and I did this, and I'm burping now, and I'm wiping my nose, you'll be charged a yin and a yang. Maybe that's not such a bad idea.
Maybe not. Now, you said 70% of people or women and men are watching porn. How many?
That's worldwide. That's worldwide.
Wonder how many people worldwide are on Facebook.
Millions and millions and millions.
Anyways, have a good day. I just wanted to...
Thank you for that update. Thank you.
Right, bye.
Route 91 in Hudson, very heavy snow. The Hudson, Twinsburg, Solon corridor, very heavy lake effect snow.
Come join the Vanderveer bunch and choose from 4 brand new Kias, all under $200 a month, and with 0 down. That's 0 down. Like new Kia Rios, priced under 10 grand, and only $139 a month. Or the Sporte Forte, just $11,990, or $149 a month. Or roll in the Kia Soul for just $159 a month. Or get into a new Kia Sorento SUV for just $199 a month. That's 4 new Kias, each with 0 down. And at Vanderveer, you're approved guaranteed. And all new Kias come with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Plus, you've got to come check out the all-new 2011.
One special exemption here for a Mediaite who, as they typically are, were actually fair and honest about it. I mean, the guy said, look, first of all, because I was kind of being a jerk and demanded an apology from everyone in the media, and he actually gave it. They actually did apologize and say, okay, well, we didn't realize there's actually backup. And they took some issues with my analysis, which is fine. And as he pointed out, let's see if I have the thing.
That's what I like about Mediaite.
Yeah.
I mean, they can be brutal. They really can.
Yeah.
Even to us and to others.
Right.
But they do the other. I mean, they are pretty fair.
Right. And
Pretty fair.
His argument essentially was, look, that might be the dictionary definition, but I don't think, I don't know if that's how I didn't take it that way. And this is a quote. I know that I have no proof as to why arguments like this are different, but I feel that they are, and therein basically lies the crux of my admittedly flimsy argument. Look, if you took a certain meaning from what Glenn said, and it wasn't the one he meant, look, that's understandable, and we can analyze it and say why I think you're wrong, why you're right. That's totally legitimate.
Yeah, it's a legitimate discussion among people who disagree.
Right.
This Zakaria thing is just stupid.
It's just absurd.
But that's why, I mean, the guy's got maybe 6 viewers to his show. Nobody's ever heard, nobody even knows him.
Unless you personally, ride the train with the guy, you don't know who he is.
More people have heard Fareed Zakaria's name today than in the last combined 1 year or whatever he's been on the air.
Oh, yeah, seriously. Absolutely.
You combine every show, and it's like 1/10 of the amount of people who have heard his name pronounced on the air today.
Right. And this is his defense against the argument of the World Polling Organization, World Opinion Organization there. And this guy, meaning me, cited some polls to support the claim of that many Muslims in the world don't like us and wish us harm. Yes, many of us have been pointing that out for over a decade now. But hating America is not the same thing as being a terrorist. Okay, well, I didn't say that they were the same thing. In fact, the polls don't describe people who hate America. They might also hate America, but what they're talking about are people who are advocating for violence against civilians in the United States.
Yes.
Specifically, if you want to...
I love how they changed the argument, and then that's what they base it on.
Right.
So the premise they go into it with is completely inaccurate. It's a lie to begin with.
Right.
And then they just perpetuate that lie. It's great.
Exactly.
It's a nice method.
And, when I point out the actual definition of the word terrorist, that includes advocacy for terrorism, very specifically. He claims that's technicality, which is interesting, is that the dictionary is now a technicality. And he says, here we have one more quote. His defense is, other organizations define it another way, so never mind. Never mind the dictionary? And is that a serious statement?
And other organizations?
Yeah.
What other?
It was like, the FBI's legal definition doesn't include... Well, that's not... Did you say the FBI... There are 10% of Muslims are defined as terrorists by the FBI's legal definition. No, he just used the word, which would maybe indicate he was thinking about what the word means. Potentially possible. But I love this line. And think about what a stretch you have to be to try to bash Glenn and bash people who are just trying to tell the truth. Well, the line he is drawing here, let's say he's right. The line he's drawing here is that there are 150. Glenn is crazy because he's saying